Okay, so I'm standing here at IM Cologne with Kevin, former top laner on Millennium. What are you doing here?
I'm just helping out some friends from Freaks for You Gaming. I was just available right now. I didn't have anything to do before Christmas, so they just asked me, and I said, why not? It's a new experience for me to do the interviews as well than being interviewed.
How did you find that entire experience then?
It was difficult at the beginning because it's actually a lot of hard work to get the questions, to get actually the people. I think I'm a bit lucky because I know the persons good, so it was a bit easier for me to get to the persons. But overall, it's really cool. It's hard at the beginning to actually just be straight because normally I talk like that, like I just explain everything I have in my mind. But there I have to be just straight with the question, and that's I think a difficult part at the beginning. But right now it's going good.
Okay, and so if we just look at where everything stands in terms of your career, obviously you didn't make it back into LCS like after the second time trying with Millennium. Just what happened, you know?
Well, the first time versus Unicorns of Love, I think it was just a good momentum for them. We were 2-0, two games up, and then just couldn't finish it off. We just didn't have somehow the momentum. We didn't find the game good, and they just took the time and finished us basically. And afterwards with Millennium, we had Rio and Horo. I didn't know too good what went wrong because it was just a bit hard for me to understand that I'm actually out now, and I didn't qualify with that team because it was such a good practice as well. Like we practiced a lot, and we were just always good scrims, and we always played really well. Like just from what I saw, what I realized was that, for example, Horo was quite nervous, even more nervous than playing OGN. So he wasn't quite on his full potential. But they are great players. I think it was just, I don't know, it just didn't work somehow for us. And Giants was pretty strong, as we just saw. They qualified for LCS.
What was the contrast of playing with Ryu in mid in comparison to Kerp? Because Kerp was pretty well known too, like during the regular split of being an absolute monster, you know, on his given day. And you know, the same was for Ryu. He was considered like the second best mid laner at a certain period of time in the world. So, what was it like playing with Ryu?
I think the difference between Kerp and Rio was basically a bit of the champion pool. Like Kerp didn't like to play the Orianas, for example, the base teams, like base champion teams. I don't know how you call it, like the champions that you need for team fights, for example, stuff like that. He was more like the assassin type. So that was one point which Rio was a bit different, and just like the decision making was a bit different. Like Kerp was more about 1v1 domination, and Rio is a bit more about the map awareness, about the jungle, the enemy pressure on jungle and stuff like that. So basically the two points are the different.
Overall, how did it feel then playing with the Koreans? Because it's a sort of, I guess, controversial subject in general, with people just looking and thinking, oh, well, every team will just import Korean players eventually. They're just so much better. We'll never get better on our own. Like, how do you look on that entire process? And do you think that maybe it was a bit rushed to take in Horo and Ryu? Like, were you prepared to like integrate them fully into the team? Or like, how do you look on this topic?
I think they integrated pretty well. Like the English got better and everything. We were good friends. We are still good friends. When we was here, we always talk and hack and stuff like that. I don't think it was too soon or too early or something. I think the important part which Korean brings into Europe, for example, or NA, is just not the individual skill. It's more about the infrastructure, like the things you do after a game, after a scrim, the practice, how you analyze it, and just the thinking in game is different as well. I think that's the part which makes Koreans so strong, not the individual skill, because I think we are pretty equal or even sometimes better on some positions, some players. That's no doubt about that. I think it's just the infrastructure, how they practice and how they actually learn out of the mistakes they do.
So, what's in store for you? Because you've been like considered the most consistent top laner in all of Europe since ever since LCS started, even since all the season started, since the game was released. And now not seeing you there, I guess it must feel really awkward for you. So I mean, what are your plans in the future? You're gonna keep on just working in sort of community stuff, or are you gonna try and get back into the pro scene? Like, what's your plan?
So first of all, I will try to get back into LCS. I cannot tell if I have offers or not, but people can be sure I will work to be in the LCS again. I'll try everything to be in the LCS as well. So they shouldn't lose their hopes. I think I have a good shot to be back in January. And yeah, if not, if really it won't happen, I won't be too disappointed, because it will be kind of a half of a year a bit more relaxed for me, because 4 years of playing competitive all the time is really stressful and eats yourself maybe sometimes as well. So I will take that time for sure in a good way. I will stream a lot. I will do a lot for the German community, for example, or the community itself. If it really won't happen that I will join for summer again, I will still play the game. If the offers will come, they will come. But overall, I will have some offers for jobs. I have some friends over there in Berlin, for example, and yeah, I'll be working for sure in esports. That's the dream, and that's my hobby, and that's basically my life for now, I don't know, 6 years.
Okay then, well thank you so much for the interview. Any final words?
Just a big shout out for all the fans, for the Swedish supporters as well, and yeah, just a big thanks to everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.